He was getting cut maliciously by their defensive end. I mean, it's bad football.
Is that legal?
It's legal, but it's bad football. It's just bad football. And I have no problem saying it. We're so concerned about, frontal cuts, and we got a defensive end, chopping him on every play.
Boy, ND coach Brian Kelly unhappy after his Irish got by a pesky Vandy team last week, talking about how some of his players were cutting the Irish. Derek Mason responded in kind.
I really don't care much about Brian Kelly's comments about football, because when you go back and watch that game from the holding to the post chops by Notre Dame, I thought it was bad football on their part. So with Brian Kelly can take his comments and keep it moving. Man, if he's got something personal with me, man, he can come see me.
Mason coming back at him. What do you make of the Vanderbilt head coach's response?
Hey, look, CC, saying a team is playing bad football, that's like talking about somebody's mama. You just can't do it. I mean, he's literally offending Coach Mason to the highest level, because to say it's bad football is to say he had a bad football coach. So he takes that personally. I respect Coach Mason. Don't let him attack your players. Don't let him attack you. You got to stand up for yourself. Now, mind you, if you're going to stand up for yourself, you really should have done it on Saturday between the white lines. But you can't let that slide if you're Coach Mason.
I'm trying to understand what is bad football, because you have fullbacks and tight ends and running backs and pass protection that do the exact same thing to defensive ends and linebackers and safeties that are blitzing. So what's good for the offensive side is good for the other side. And if you're going to cut block, or you don't want to cut block, then on both sides you can't cut block. If they're allowed to offensively, then they should be allowed to defensively, and that's the way they want to play. I don't see where it was bad football at all.
Well, Derek Mason.
Yeah, go ahead, Aj.
Yeah, my thing is, Coach Kelly already won the game. You can't really do anything by making comments, and those are very pointed comments. Head coach on head coach crime. Just really no need for it.
Mason's got another fight this weekend. He looks to be that kind of a coach, going against South Carolina in Nashville, and he tweeted out earlier this week. Take a look at the picture he's got there. He's got the blue-collar name tag on his coach's polo right there. We're in for a fight, and he likes that kind of a thing. I thought, there's no more blue-collar announcer than me when it comes here to ESPN. So I thought I'd get my own name tag here with the Chris on it. What do you think? Me and Derek kind of two peas in a pod?
It's pretty narcissistic. You got this big old Chris right here. His isn't that big. God, Chris.
I couldn't fit it on this one because I got the big pocket square over here. So, I had to put it over here on this lapel. Derek is a fighter, though. Ach, you were mentioning it. I like it, too. I like a coach like that who's kind of bring that fiery attitude. I think especially for a place like Vanderbilt, who needs that kind of a coach.
Yeah, if you don't have it from your coach, how can you expect to have it from your players? So really, I think Coach Mason's just trying to make a point right now. We're not going to let any team intimidate us. We're not going to let any team dominate us on the field or off the field. It was a point that needed to be made.